What's going on, everybody? It is Joe. Welcome to the channel today. I don't know about you guys, but something feels different right now. I don't know like if it's because we're getting into spring or what it might be, but something just feels different. Something feels like we have some good news coming, and I don't know when that's going to be, but it feels like this patience is going to pay off. Like we are getting closer and closer to seeing this bull run happen. We are getting closer and closer to seeing this money pour into crypto, to getting this good news, to see some of these regulations and this clarity that we've been wanting so we can kick off this bull run. Like, I don't know what it is about today, but the vibes are definitely turning, in my opinion. The sentiment seems to be turning around a little bit, and I think we're building up towards something big. So we have a lot to go over today. Several different news stories have happened over the last 24 hours, so we're going to touch on a few of the different ones, so stay tuned until the end of the video, get my thoughts on all of them. And before we dive right in, if you guys wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content. I would greatly appreciate it, and it would help support me a lot. And then hit that like button if you like the video, comment below and I'll interact with you. And that being said, let's dive right in to some of the news. So the US inflation is down to 2.8% lower than predicted. You know what happens next. So saw that, found that interesting. That was some of the big news the other day, is the US inflation is down to 2.8% lower than predicted. And you know what happens next when that news typically comes. So with that, US inflation is dropping hard. Trump is delivering exactly what he promised. Next up are rate cuts. This will make stocks, Bitcoin, and crypto explode. So that's going off that inflation rate coming in lower than expected, and usually when that happens, it gets people encouraged for the market. People start to have that extra money to pour in. They have that extra confidence. They have that liquidity is there, that confidence is there, and when the inflation is down, that's typically when you see stocks, Bitcoin, crypto explode. And so what they're saying is they think this time is coming, and Trump is delivering exactly what he promised. And I know that came with some short-term pain, some short-term losses, as we almost just needed to clear some things out, start from scratch. We needed to get back to the basics, restart in a way. And in order to do so, we had to go through some short-term pain to get to the long-term gain. And that's what a lot of people think are happening. And so hopefully that happens soon. I have confidence in Trump and his policies. And I feel like he's got a lot of smart people in his ear telling him, like, because you know Trump wouldn't want to crash the economy or tank stocks or crypto, but like if he's doing that, you know he's got something bigger at play in my mind. So I'm staying confident, I'm staying bullish, and this US inflation news coming in at 2.8% was very encouraging and a step in the right direction. And so with that, we have bullish. Cathie Wood says the market is emerging from a recession and expects a massive rally in the second half of the year. This would be huge for Bitcoin if true. So this is going off that news as well. And that coming back from a recession, having that inflation be lower than expected, like that typically signals some good news for stocks and for crypto. And so to hear her say that and reiterate that news and instill that confidence in us is very encouraging. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And then also, we saw this the other day, actually early this morning, late last night. Insider whale alert. Whale is 50x long on ETH and already sitting on $1 million in profit. He 100% knows something. When you see a whale place a 50x leverage trade on ETH, on like, you know something's coming. And a lot of people attribute this to the CPI news and that he was expecting some that to come in at 2.8, well, not at 2.8%, but lower than expected. So, but to hear whales placing 50x long leverage trades on certain cryptos is very, very bullish in my mind. Like, they know something, and the big money doesn't lie. Big money knows things. So if you follow the big money, typically good things happen, and you can kind of get a head start on what news is going to come. So I wanted to touch on that, as I think that is very bullish. And then we got this. Just in, the U.S. passes resolution to overturn the IRS DeFi broker rule. This is a big step in the right direction, in my opinion. This is going to allow brokers to not treat crypto, or it's going to allow them to treat crypto differently than normal stocks, and that's a big step. There's going to be less paperwork, it's going to be less complicated, and because there's just so much when it's deregulated, the DeFi market, it's just so hard to keep track of all of that, and it would have just been very, very confusing, and you just can't treat crypto the same. So to see this shot down is just showing that the government is very bullish and optimistic and plans on using crypto in the future to overturn this. They are serious about crypto. And that's a big step in the right direction to shut this down. It's very good for you and me, and it's very good for crypto as an industry. And you even saw a lot of these votes it's all Republican or all Democrat. I mean, in this one, you saw 75 Democrats say yay to it. So to see it split in a way like this and see that support from both parties is very encouraging as a whole for getting crypto regulations moved forward. And I am taking this very seriously, and I'm very encouraged by this news, and I hope you are as well. So please give me your thoughts below on everything we've touched on so far. I'd love to interact with you guys. I'd love to comment, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on if all of this is bullish. If you're still skeptical about any of it, I'd like to hear why and your thoughts. And then also getting into the big news about XRP. As you know, I'm a big supporter of XRP. We have Eleanor Tarrant, Scoop. 2 well-placed sources tell me that the SEC government versus Ripple case is in the process of wrapping up and could be over soon. And for those of you who don't know, she's been very well sourced in the crypto space. She comes with news before a lot of people oftentimes. She had the guest list for the crypto summit before a lot of people, and even got responses from people inside the government saying like, hey, that's actually a pretty accurate list, and confirming that. So she brings very good news, and she's usually pretty accurate with what she's reporting. So two well-placed sources tell her that the SEC versus Ripple case is in the process of wrapping up and could be over soon. My understanding is that the delay in reaching an agreement is due to Ripple's legal team negotiating more favorable terms regarding the August district court ruling, which imposed a $125 million fine on the company and included a permanent injunction preventing the company from selling XRP to institutional investors. So this was another thing that I've been touching on a little bit, is that everyone's been waiting for this XRP case to end. Everyone's wondering, okay, all these other cases are ending. Why isn't the XRP case ending? I think she's onto something here, and I feel like it's finally starting to come out, is that it's not the SEC that's holding it up, it's XRP. XRP is like, hey, I want complete exoneration from this case. Like, we don't want any penalties at all. We want to move forward freely. Like, SEC, you have favor with us now. You believe us now. Like, we don't want any of these penalties from that past court ruling last August. Like, we want those to go away. We don't want to just settle. We don't want this to be thrown out now. We want to be completely free of any wrongdoing. And so XRP or Ripple might actually be the ones holding this up, saying like, hey, we need these things to happen. We need more favorable terms. So the argument, I'm told, is that if the new SEC leadership is wiping the enforcement slate clean for all previously targeted crypto firms because it believes regulatory clarity will resolve the underlying issue, why should Ripple still be penalized? Accepting the Tor's ruling as it stands would mean that Ripple is essentially agreeing to admit to wrongdoing, but now the SEC itself is seemingly unsure whether any wrongdoing occurred. There's no real playbook for this kind of thing, which could explain why the case is taking longer to resolve than the rest. Stay tuned. So, in my mind, like this would be best case scenario for XRP. Like, the case wouldn't just end. XRP would like win in a big fashion, in a big way. It wouldn't just be like, hey, we came to an agreement, you're still getting penalized, there's no punishment going forward, you're good. And so if they can sell to institutional investors, if they don't have that $125 million fine, and like they get that clarity as well, that's just going to really propel Ripple and XRP forward and unleash all the capabilities that they can have. So I think this would be groundbreaking if true. She also goes on to say, like up top here, that it could be wrapping up soon. And normally, like, I know we hear that a lot, and we've heard that a lot over the last year, essentially, but I have a lot of confidence in this. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I feel like something just feels different right now. Something's changing. We are about to enter into that bull run. We have been setting the stage for it. We had to deal with that short-term pain, but that long-term gain is around the horizon, and I do feel like there is something to what she is saying here, and I do trust her in a way, and I do think that this case could be ending soon, and they're just trying to wrap up those details. Brad Garlinghouse is putting his name everywhere. His face is everywhere. He's meeting with everyone in the government. And so to hear all of this news coming together with the crypto industry, to hear the inflation rate coming in at lower than expected, to see the policies working like how they should be working, to see President Trump keeping his promises, like I am just very, very encouraged that the good times are coming, that we're going to see stocks rebound, we're going to see crypto rebound, and we're going to see a big boom, the one that we've been expecting. They just kind of had to wipe everything out. They had to start over clean. They had to set that foundation. It's so important to have a foundation set before you enter into something like this to keep that long-term longevity. So I'm very bullish. Please give me your thoughts below on all of this. There's a lot of news going on, and I'm sure there's going to be more tomorrow. There's going to be more probably even today, because this time we're entering, and it just seems like there's good news after good news after good news. So stick with me. I hope you enjoyed the content today. Remember to hit that subscribe button. I'm closing in on 1,000 subscribers, and your support means the world. Let's see if I can get there soon. So that would be greatly appreciated. Hit that like button, hit that comment below so we can get this in front of more people. And until then, I will see you guys next time.